looking, everybody. Barry Hyatt here in Scottsville at the UK Extension office with Mindy McCulley. And Mindy, today I think we're doing something, well, one of my favorite fruits, blueberries, right?
That's right. And blueberries are in season now. And so
Yes.
we want to make good use of those blueberries. So we're going to make Big Blue Muffins.
Good deal.
But it's got a little bit of orange in it, so it'll take care of those people on the
On
south side of the
south
border.
Side of the border, okay. Well, we have to try to be, fair to both
That's
sides.
right.
Both
That is
states.
exactly right.
Yes. Okay, well, very good. So what do we got going on here?
So first of all, when you're working with blueberries, you want to rinse them or wash them as you're getting ready to use them. So I have already done that.
Okay,
But if
very
you
good.
want to, freeze them or put them away, you can actually dry them. Freeze them dry is what they say,
Okay,
which
gotcha.
means you haven't washed them, and that will keep your skins from getting hard.
Okay.
If you're not hard, but tough.
Right.
So if you wash them before you freeze them, then you'll have tough skins, and you don't want that. So.
Right.
Rinse as you're getting ready to use.
Very good.
So the first thing we're going to do, the first thing I've already done is I zested the skin off the top of the orange.
Which smells great, I might add.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is going to add a little bit of extra depth of flavor to our recipe. You know, we've probably had lots and lots of blueberry muffin recipes. In fact, my grandmother's favorite recipe was what made me want to have blueberry muffins every day of my life, I think.
bet, yeah.
And of course, my grandfather grew the blueberries, and so I wanted those as well.
Yeah, most certainly. Yeah.
And then after we've zested the orange, then we're
Okay.
going to take the juice from the orange, and we're just
Okay.
going to mix that in with it.
Just one orange?
Yeah, actually, the recipe calls for 2 oranges.
oranges,
Yes,
okay,
2
all right.
oranges. And if you don't get enough juice to get your liquid level up to 1/2 cup, then you can add enough water to get up to 1 or a half
Very
cup.
good. Very good.
And you can do that. And then you have this nice flavor. Okay, so we're going to just whisk that together. We're adding 1/4 cup of olive oil,
Olive oil, okay.
which might be something people don't typically use in their muffin recipes.
I would not have thought of that as an
But
ingredient.
those are, the fats in the olive oil are a little healthier than the fats in canola oil or vegetable oil or
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Sure.
So that's why we're using olive oil. And then a 1/4 cup of honey.
I was going to guess honey, so
Yes.
that's what that is. Okay.
So we're going to add some natural sweetness, and of course our oranges have lots of sweetness
Most
as well.
certainly.
So we're going to add those, and actually we're going to use our spatula here to scrape
And of course,
that out.
local beekeepers would be
Exactly.
would be very happy to use their honey in this
Yes.
versus a store-bought situation.
Exactly, and the flavors are going to work together well when you
Yes,
use that
most
local
certainly.
honey as well. And so then just a little bit of additional sweetness. We're adding a 1/4 cup of white sugar,
Okay.
granulated sugar. And we're going to whisk those together. And then our final ingredient for our wet ingredients is a 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt.
Oh, wow. okay.
Probably not something you would expect to find in your blueberry
That's
muffin
the
recipe.
second ingredient I would
That's
never
right.
have thought of, yeah.
So what was the first one? The oranges?
No, the first one was actually the oil.
Oh, okay. Yes, the olive oil. Okay.
Olive oil.
Yes. So we're mixing those all together, and then we're just going to whisk that. This is not working out well, is it? To keep everything clean.
Well, you already told me you're a messy cook, so if
That's
we have a
right.
few things that go awry,
We're
no
going
big deal.
to. Now the orange, in addition to adding great flavor, sometimes you notice when you cook with, we forgot something. They're eggs.
Eggs.
I have already.
Okay.
Beat the eggs together. We've got a couple of eggs, and I like to beat them in advance to make sure that I have a nice mixture
Okay.
in my wet mixture, so that I don't have a little bit of white and a little bit of yolk.
Yellow.
So I will go ahead and beat those. So,
Sure.
but we almost forgot it because I had it on the wrong side of the table there. So those
It's all
we're
about that
whisking those
preparation,
together.
isn't it, Mindy?
Exactly. That's exactly right. So now we have put together our wet mixture, and now we're going to put together our dry mixture. We're going to
Okay.
add 1 cup of
Go in here?
yes, in there.
All right.
1 cup of whole wheat flour,
Whole
and
wheat
that
flour,
adds
okay.
a little additional fiber. And
Okay.
of course, our 2015 Dietary Guidelines for Americans said we want half of our grains to be whole wheat, so
Okay.
or whole grains. So that's all-purpose.
This
Also,
is?
a cup of all-purpose.
All-purpose flour, okay.
And so then we're going to add a little bit of baking powder.
Well, they're all white, so I don't know
That's right.
what's
So
what.
that one's baking powder.
Okay.
And you'll know that because there's a little bit more of that than the
Oh,
baking
okay.
soda, which is the next one.
Next one,
Mhm.
okay. All right.
And then we're going to add a little salt. Just the very last one is salt.
All right.
And so we're going to just mix those
Mix
together.
Sure.
Now, if you, sometimes when I'm making muffins, I will sift these together.
Okay,
To get
sure.
it, make sure that they work. But we're not going to do that today. Our recipe doesn't call for it. I just sometimes
Something
do
you like
that.
to do maybe sometimes. Sure.
But it does kind of make sure that you get all of the leavening agents, the baking soda and the baking powder incorporated in throughout all the flour, so that you don't have one spot that rises and one spot that doesn't.
Gotcha. Okay.
So now we're going to add our wet mixture to our dry mixture.
To the dry, sure.
So we're just going to pour that in there, and then we're going to mix it with our wooden spoon. And we don't want to mix a whole lot. We want it to be a real gentle mix.
Okay. And why is that?
Because we want to leave some lumps sort of in our batter mix.
Okay.
So that we'll, it just gets a good flavor.
Well, I think
if you mix it too much, if you mix it too much, you get just kind of a flat muffin, and we don't want a flat muffin.
Right. I can see that. You want some texture to it, I guess.
Right, exactly, yes. So you can see that's a little bit lumpy. And it's about ready to add in our blueberries.
Oh,
so the star of the show,
yeah.
right? And that we are going to add those in last because we just really want to fold them in. We don't want to, we're not going to beat it like,
not going to mash them or anything like that.
Right. We just want to fold them in so that the blueberries will remain whole and be within that batter. Sometimes when you're adding blueberries to a batter that has baking soda in it, you might find that your berries will get a little greenish.
Okay.
And that is just because of the mixture of the alkaline of the baking soda and the phytochemicals that are in the blueberries, which are good for us. We want those phytochemicals.
Most certainly. It's kind of weird because it has a little bit of an orange tint to it, doesn't it?
It does.
When
That orange
when it's raw
juice,
still.
yes. The orange juice and the orange zest that's in there as well as the whole wheat flour kind of gives it a different or color than we're used to with our.
Sure.
Now we're going to add this batter right to our muffin tins.
And so it makes about 6.
Yes. So actually the recipe makes 12.
12.
But I've cut it in half for the purposes of television.
Gotcha. So if you wanted 12, then you would just double everything.
No. Actually, the recipe that you're going to share with them, and I've said everything that's a full recipe.
Okay, very good.
But yeah, I've just.
You're just making 6 right now.
I'm just making 6 right now, but it will make 12. Yes.
Good deal. Okay, very good.
And what I was going to say also about that, keeping our berries from turning. The orange juice adds some acidity to the batter, and that helps to prevent that greenish tint from happening as well. Now we're going to scoop these up. Wasn't very even with my mixtures here. And then these are going to cook for about 20 minutes at a 400-degree oven, which is pretty hot for a muffin or any type of baking that you do. That's pretty warm. So that's why we aren't going to have to do it for a really, really long time.
This is actually very simple to make, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Probably the hardest part is zesting the orange. We're going to pull some of that off because that's just really, really overflowing. And then we're going to just pop them in the oven.
Oh, certainly.
So when they come out after about 20 minutes, then they're going to be
ready to eat.
Ready to eat. And they're great to, you can pick them up and run if you need an early breakfast. You can make the mini muffins and you could freeze them and then have them, for breakfast for several days.
Sure.
Or, of course, add a glass of milk or, a whole piece of fruit or maybe even a scrambled egg, and you've got a really well-balanced
great breakfast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she's already made some of these already just for our benefit, and so we're going to show those to you right now. If you'd like the recipe, it's oh so easy to get. You could email me at North Central. My email address there is barry.hyatt@nctc.com, or you can go to our website. It's www.nctc.com. Also, Mindy, another way.
That's right. You can go to Plate It Up, and just all one word, .ca.uky.edu, and all of the recipes that we show on this channel are right there.
Fantastic. So lots of ways to get the recipe, and also, of course, this will be on television as well. You can watch it on TV, and we hope that you will for sure, but it'll also be on our website if you'd like the recipe. So again, lots of ways to watch and learn about this wonderful recipe, and the orange maybe gets it a little bit of a different flavor than you would normally be thinking.
Well, and you know, citrus flavors pair very well with blueberries anyway. So if you prefer lemon, you can do lemon. But we did orange for Tennessee today.
There you go. Can't go wrong with that. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you again here real soon.